What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Blank Online here today to bring you the first official Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War video. We're starting the year big with a nice little impressions video. So I've played about 3 games. All the footage you're seeing here and the gameplay you're watching is being captured on a PlayStation 5. So if you're keen to see some PS5 Black Ops Cold War footage, here it is in your faces right now. I've played about 3 games of multiplayer now. It's like 1:11 in the morning, so I decided I'll play a couple games, I'll get my initial thoughts out there, and then I'll continue playing. So Black Ops Cold War, how is it different to the beta and all that sort of stuff? It feels really good on PlayStation 5. Like, compared to playing it on PlayStation 4, the game feels so much smoother, looks a lot nicer. The audio is so much better on PS5 than compared to just normal PS4. I don't know what it is, but now that I'm playing it on PS5 and now that I'm like properly playing the game, like playing the full game, I can hear so much. I can hear footsteps a lot better. I can hear the environment a lot better. The overall experience of playing the game, the immersion, the feel of the game, all that sort of stuff is incredible on PS5. I'm not too sure how it is on Xbox. I'm sure that it's going to be completely the same in terms of the overall feel and all that sort of stuff for the game, but this game on next gen is the real deal, and I'm very happy with the way that it's turned out in terms of the way that the game feels and all that sort of stuff. In terms of everything else, I will make a video very shortly talking about all the missing content that we're not getting here at the launch of this game, and stuff that's most likely going to be sort of sprinkled out throughout the seasons of Black Ops Cold War, which I'll sort of explain and sort of dive more into in another video. But in terms of just my initial thoughts, impressions, all that sort of stuff, I found it weird that I started on level 4. So I didn't start at level 1 like you usually would when a COD game starts. I think that maybe because of the Ultimate Edition that I bought. Maybe it's because that I've played the alpha and the beta. I'm not too sure what it is, but I started at level 4. You can unlock. I could do my custom class and do all that stuff, gunsmith, all that sort of stuff already as soon as I launched into the multiplayer. One thing I will say though is that if you are playing this on PlayStation 5 and you did buy the cross-gen bundle or you did buy the Ultimate Edition, when you go to download the game on your PlayStation 5, make sure you are downloading the PlayStation 5 version of the game, because your game is either going to install the PlayStation 4 version on the PlayStation 5, or you're going to get the PlayStation 5 version on the PlayStation 5, which obviously if you have a PS5 you want the PS5 version, right? So I don't know if it's the same thing for Xbox either, because Xbox has the same sort of deal where you have either the Xbox One version or the Xbox Series X version. I'm pretty sure on the Xbox it's a little bit different, where you can download the game normally and then you download the optimization pack to make it Xbox Series X ready, if that makes sense. But here on PS5 you gotta be careful, because it happened to me. I downloaded the PS4 version, and then I saw that next to the title of the game it said PS4, and it only downloaded like 35 gigs, and I was like, oh, this game's pretty small on PS5. And then when I realized and I downloaded the PS5 version, the base game, like without downloading any of the packs and that sort of stuff, it is like 84 gigabytes. So that's without the multiplayer pack, that's without the zombies and the 3 campaign packs. So it's a big game. It's a big old game for your PS5. But that just the PSA, make sure if you're doing it on PS5 you're downloading the PS5 version, because you will be able to play the PS4 version. You won't get the haptic feedback and the triggers and all that sort of stuff, that sort of vibrational stuff, and obviously you won't get like that sort of higher quality of graphics and frame rates and that sort of thing as well. So make sure you're downloading the PS5 version of Cold War if you're on the PS5. Just an announcement, because that happened to me. In terms of just like playing games, the gameplay you're watching right now is going to be my first 3 games in chronological order, so going from first, second, third. My first game playing it in terms of things like, say for example, things like skill-based matchmaking and all that sort of stuff, I found that in my first game at least, a lot of people didn't go for objectives, and like I was playing domination for all 3 games. First game, not a lot of people were going for objectives. I was playing with a buddy, so we were trying to go for objectives, but obviously 2 people trying to go for objectives, 4 people not, and the whole other team going for objectives, it's really not going to work. So my first game was an L, a fat L at that. It was just, I got to the point where I just didn't care about KD or anything like that. I just started bum rushing in and trying to get like flags and that sort of stuff, and it just didn't work. Second game that I played was a little bit different. Second game that I played alone, so I didn't play with any friends or anything like that. And second game was sort of same sort of deal. So playing domination once again, and then it was the same situation where teammates just weren't capping flags and teammates just weren't playing objectives in terms of domination, right? So in that sense, it was just like, man, is it gonna be another year like this? And then third game rolled around. I played the third game, and then when I played the third game, it was a lot better. The map that I played was a stripped down version of a combined arms map, I want to say. For the life of me, I can't remember the map's name, but it was actually really fun. I was really hesitant in terms of them sort of condensing original like combined arms or domination, like bigger size maps, and condensing them down into 6v6 little locations. But this map in particular that I played is actually quite fun. The reason that I find it fun mainly is because it's really small. It's not a big map at all. There's 3 lanes. There's not a lot to do. There are different points of elevation and that sort of stuff. It is very easy to get into the enemy team's spawn, especially if you're playing domination. But besides all that, I actually had a lot more fun playing that map than I did in the previous 2 maps. The first map that I played, that was in like that hangar. And I actually think that hangar map is the original map that we saw in the initial alpha leaks, if you guys remember those for Black Ops Cold War. But that hangar map, I got a attack helicopter and I got a care package. I couldn't call in the care package because it was a complete indoor map. Now I don't know if you could like shoot a window down or if you can just place it and the care package will just magically come through the window. But that was a bit stupid. And then as well as that, when I got my attack helicopter, that did absolutely nothing on that map. And yet when the other team got the attack helicopter, it started shredding. Like I don't know. I don't know. So the first map that I played, the hangar map, it was okay in terms of size and in terms of the way that the map played, in terms of domination at least. It played decently. It definitely played a lot better than the beta maps that we got. Moscow, I played Moscow in my second game. So Moscow again, Moscow is the best map that we got from, yeah, Moscow is one of the better maps that we got from the alpha and beta. So so that's there, and that was fun. But again, it's just familiarity sort of thing. There are only 8 multiplayer maps at launch, with 2 of those maps being remakes of initial combined arms maps and that sort of stuff. So it isn't technically new maps either. And then essentially we're only getting like 2 to 4 really actually new maps, which is a bit disappointing. And I said I'll make another video talking about all the cut content and that sort of stuff. But in terms of my first initial impressions of playing the game, I'm having a lot of fun. I like the fact that combat record's back. I like the fact that prestige system is back. I like the fact that dark matter is returning in 2 different variants. So if you guys don't know, there is a dark matter for multiplayer, and then there's a dark matter for zombies as well, giving 2 different camo grinds for 2 different game modes, which is really cool, and I'm super excited to get on that grind. Obviously the prestige grind is there. We're in pre-season right now, so if you guys don't know what that means, basically after you reach level 55, you'll go into your seasonal ranks, into the what's called the pre-season. So every 50 levels you gain 1 prestige. Here in the pre-season you can get up to 3 prestiges, so levels 1 to levels I think it's at the moment it's levels 150, well, level 55 meaning level 150 and 100. So you can get up to prestige 3 before season 1 starts on December the 10th, which will then restart the leveling system, which you can continue to go on and prestige further past prestige 3, if that makes sense. But in terms of content, in terms of general things to do and grind for, I'm very happy with what we have initially. Content wise, I'm not too keen on. We don't have as much weapons as I thought we were gonna have. We don't have as much maps that I hoped we were gonna have. We didn't have as much game modes, but I guess like they were rushing this game out. Like this game was developed initially under a year during a pandemic, and the circumstances surrounding this game were not the best for Treyarch and Raven Software. So for what we have, it's actually fairly decent, and I'm super excited to see how this year goes down, because from what I've played, from the small game time that I've played, the 3 games that I've played, I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun this year. What I will say though is that if you do have buddies to play the game with, definitely play this game in a party if you want to win. For me personally, I'm all about winning the game. I don't really care about KD ratio. I don't necessarily do all that sort of stuff. If I have a high CPM and a good win-loss ratio, that's really all that matters to me. So if you're like me and you like winning the games and you like dominating other teams, especially in like domination, Hardpoint, those types of game modes, definitely play this game with friends, play this game in a party, because if you're just going to roll out in pubs, you're more than likely just going to come across people who just want to go for kills, kill streaks, and not necessarily go for objectives, which we saw in the alpha, which saw in the beta as well, and that problem is persisting and continuing here into the full game. So that's my initial thoughts and impressions. I'm liking the game so far. I'm definitely liking it more than I liked the initial first weekend of the Black Ops Cold War beta. We're gonna have to wait and see how it pans out. I will be streaming the game over on Twitch, so if you haven't done so yet, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/blankonline. I'll be streaming all weekend. So as long as I have free time, I'm gonna be live on there playing the game, having fun, chatting with you guys. And then yeah, like and even if you're not gonna be watching the streams, I will be doing stream highlights here on the channel as well. In terms of, if you're interested, in terms of an overall roadmap of content that we're gonna have here on the channel in terms of Black Ops Cold War stuff, as I said, stream highlights is going to be a thing. Obviously, your normal commentaries, we're going to be continuing doing that because that's what the channel was built upon. I want to try a campaign walkthrough, so hopefully tomorrow, or not even tomorrow, maybe like later on today, I'll be posting the first episode of the campaign walkthrough. I think I'm just going to post one episode and then see how that goes. Last year with the Modern Warfare one, it didn't necessarily do too well. So I'm just going to post episode 1, see if it does well. If it does, we'll continue it. I want to get more into zombies this year. I want to see how that all works, do an Easter egg hunt, just play zombies with my friends, all that sort of stuff. So zombies coming, obviously multiplayer content is going to be the main focus when Warzone eventually launches on December the 10th. Then we'll get more in depth into Warzone, obviously. And how that's all working here in Black Ops Cold War and doing a lot of Warzone stuff. I also want to start a Call of Duty Reddit series, so that's starting this year as well. There's a bunch of things that I have in mind in terms of things like I'm going to trial a Road to Commander. I'm going to see if that works, if that pops off. If that works well, then we'll continue doing that series. There's things in the works. So for now, to get excited about, if you're interested, as I said, we have the Twitch. I'm going to be live on Twitch most of the days. Most days during the nights in Australia, so it's like morning, afternoon time in like the States and that sort of stuff. So obviously multiplayer stuff will be coming out, normal commentaries, zombies gameplay will be coming out, campaign walkthrough episode 1 will come out, and then we'll see how that tracks along. Road to Commander potentially, and then as well as that the Call of Duty Reddit series will be starting this year as well. So there's a lot of things in works, there's a lot of things for Black Ops Cold War, and as I said, as the year progresses and as more things come out, like Warzone for example, we're going to be evolving the content to evolve with the game as well. So get excited for this year. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, comment down below if you have Cold War already, if you're playing it, no matter what console you're playing it on. Let me know what you think about the game in the comment section down below. Click subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss out on my next video. I'll see you all on my next one. Peace out.
Lost my friends when I got more L's. By myself in a brand new bounce. Hardly recognize myself in these brand new lamps. Brand new pants, bigger pockets, brand new bands. On my neck, these diamonds dance. When I'm shopping, wear a vest and wear no vest.